Oh, I am very tired right now. But it actually was very, very necessary for me to be awake at this time. To put things in perspective, at the time of this recording, right now it's 4:45 in the morning. Because there's actually a lot of stuff I have to do this morning. Plus, because not even, literally 2.5 hours ago, I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom. Don't laugh. Getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom is completely normal. And I looked out my window and there was nothing but white everywhere. Seriously, it snowed. It's a thin layer of snow, but the fact that I saw that all definitely is cause for concern. Plus, I'm looking out my window right now, and it looks like it was plowed a little bit, which is nice. But I'd still rather be safe than sorry. So, let's talk about my low, my high, my active kindness, shall we? My low is, well, actually, no, I don't really need to say much about my low, other than it has been extremely cold out yesterday, and it's actually supposed to be worse today. Oh dear. Pray for me. But my high was very simple. I got to spend the evening with my folks again, get a few things around the house for them, and I was treated to actually a very special mom food that I was just gonna have this episode be talking about the Go Big Show, but you know what? I'll do both. I'll do the Go Big Show and the Mom Food Chronicle today. Why not? So, you're getting two important things for the price of one. Shall I talk about? A part of me was thinking maybe I could talk about the Mom Food Chronicle tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure this week students had Regents exams. I'll have to look at that. If I wind up not doing the class in session video tomorrow, then know that it really was because students had Regents exams and therefore school technically isn't in session. So there you go. And my act of kindness is very simple. I had stuff to do around the house of my parents, so I did it. And I'm all the happier for it that I did. It's nice to have your parents every once in a while. Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. First, let me start off this video by saying if you are Christian and Catholic, this is yet another opportunity for you to get meat today, because in just over 2 weeks from now, you're not going to be able to do that. Actually, it will be over 2 weeks, but then it'll be, by the third week, then we will be into Lent, and therefore you're not going to be able to have any meat at all until early April. So be sure to get your fix now. Oh, I thought it was funny. I was with my mom last night, and lately, whenever we have dinner on Fridays, because here's the thing, she's working today, so I'm pretty much just going to be hanging out with my father this evening. And normally when it's just the two of us, he'll order pizza from a Picnic Pizza. I mean, he'll order wings, which is nice. Wings are meat. I can definitely have wings on Friday. I like having wings. Wings are awesome. But lately, and don't get me wrong, I love the garlic pizza from Picnic Pizza, but that's usually all my father orders. So I tease my mom saying, you're going to get home, we'll have, garlic pizza. I'm like, and she's like, your father's not going to. Like, Mom, yeah, he will. I'm willing to bet my all. I was teasing her saying I was willing to bet my life savings that she would have garlic pizza by the time she gets back from work later on tonight. I say later tonight, it's not even 5 o'clock in the morning. And you can tell it's not 5 o'clock in the morning either, because I'm still tired. So I'm sitting with my mom, and we're sort of goofing off, teasing each other a little bit. It was nice. I'm glad I can actually, I mean, yeah, I know I'm 30 years old, and sometimes I forget that, I don't need to take all of life completely seriously. So the fact I can do something as simple as just, hang around and, my mom and I can tease each other a little bit, it's nice. I like that. It's actually very nice indeed, because last night we had another mom food last night, and this is actually a mom food that technically could be anything regarding this kind of food. But to put things simple, she called me because I'd actually beaten my mom home. And she called to ask me what I want for dinner. Which, I'm glad she called me and asked for my input. And then, naturally, I wouldn't know. So I asked her. And then she said, you know what? I think I'm going to be making pancakes. So long story short, we had breakfast for dinner last night. And not that I'm complaining, lots of people have breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner, those famous places that serve chicken and waffles? That really was for more of the late crowd scene where, it was really late, midnight, 1, 2, maybe even 3 o'clock in the morning. So people wanted something hot and greasy, but it was still kind of early enough where you could kind of get away with, serving breakfast. That's why chicken and waffles was invented, actually. For those of you who don't know. So that's kind of neat. But we did not have chicken and waffles last night. We did have a meat, and we had a pastry similar to waffles, but no, we did not have chicken and waffles. So, for dinner last night, my mom said she wanted to make pancakes. She made pancakes. I love my mom's pancakes. They're delicious. I'm never gonna complain about her pancakes. It's funny because her original recipe for pancakes actually comes from a woman by the name of Dorothy. Now, Dorothy is my great aunt. We actually call her Dottie. Her husband is named Uncle Nicky, who I'm actually named after. So a bit of trivia there, in case you're wondering where I got my name from. So my mom couldn't find that recipe, so she just found a recipe on the fly. Let's be honest, pancakes are a very simple recipe. They're easy to make. So I'm not going to complain. I like pancakes on occasion. And if you're going to have pancakes, you got to have butter and maple syrup. And we had butter and maple syrup. Now, I mentioned we had meat. We had not 1, not 2, but 3 meats. One you can actually have on Fridays during Lent, by the way. See, here's the thing. And this is something I didn't really specify. Well, maybe I specified, but I could always stand to mention as well. During Lent, there are some meats you can't have on Fridays. You can have fish on Fridays. You can have shellfish, seafood. But in this particular instance, you can also have eggs. So my mom fried a couple of eggs. She also made sausage and bacon. Just breakfast sausage and bacon. Nothing too fancy. It's the breakfast sausage you can find at any store. So, yeah, nothing too extravagant, nothing too wild there. But it was still a very good thing. But here's what I wound up doing. I took the bottom pancake, put butter and syrup on top of that pancake, then put bacon on top of that, then got another pancake, butter and maple syrup, put sausage on that, then another pancake, butter and maple syrup, and then I put the fried egg on top. And I just sliced open that yolk and everything went pouring out. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Oh, it was messy and sweet and salty and savory, and that's easily one of the best bites of food I've had in a long time. Needless to say, I'm never going to complain about having breakfast for dinner. I love having breakfast for dinner. It was actually nice having fried eggs. Lately, when I make eggs for myself, I go for the scrambled, but that's really because, you put cheese in it. Which, let's be honest, cheese rules. I go for cheddar cheese myself, but any cheese will work for me. But after that, I went home and I watched the Go Big Show. Oh. Man, I am tired. So, yes, I was watching the Go Big Show last night, and I was treated to, pretty sure the audience it was weird. Well, not weird, but all 6 acts were great. And it perplexed me that, a couple of those acts were, in the 70s when it came to the Power Tower, which reminds me, Bert Kreischer, the host, is like, this is the Power Tower. If you look closely, you'll notice it rhymes. Bert Kreischer's really funny. So, the acts we were treated to last night, there was, the first matchup was a gunslinger with his wife, who is a trick rider. That was awesome. Seriously, we were treated like a Western extravaganza. That's how good that show was. I can't wait to see what they do next week. Spoiler, by the way, they moved on over the other guy. And the other guy was a guy who can vertically high jump really well. I think he actually set the world record for the running box jump. And his PR is 79.3 inches, I think is what his record is. I mean, it's not entirely unheard of. I mean, I'm 6'4", and that's 76 inches. So, a little taller than I am, but that's still pretty tall nonetheless. And it's still really impressive. The next matchup we had was a strut line walker, which is essentially a tightrope walker, only the rope that he's walking on is a little bit wider than what's supposed to be. I think the rope he was walking on was 2 inches wide, which, I think that's 1 inch. Just maybe 2 inches, I think. I don't have a measuring tape to look that up. But if I did, I can tell you that, it's not very wide margin. And it's essentially he's walking on a tightrope, making it even more funny. Oh, I say funny because he did it over a bunch of mouse traps. He successfully walked across it, and the guy just rolled in the mouse traps anyway. One mouse trap in particular got a hold of his area. An area that I should not say on camera. Well, I could say on camera, but, I don't want to. Because I'm nice like that and children could be watching this. And that was great. The other guy was a motorcycle rider that had trick stunts. That was really cool. I kind of thought that maybe he would have won. Because that matchup was great. But I would have taken the motorcycle guy over the tightrope walker. Oh well. And then the final... Oh, sorry. There's my computer right there. And finally, it was quite possibly the world's strongest woman that I've ever seen. And what I could only describe as Leonin the Magnificent. Which he was pretty magnificent, balancing 2 swords on their tips. That was really cool. And you have this woman who can lift up 4 guys at once, one in a wheelbarrow position. So, yeah, last night was a great episode. Man, I wish I wish they had like a 2-hour slot for that show because I want to see more. Although, it makes me wonder, this is only episode 3, meaning only 9 acts have gone through so far. I'm wondering how many acts there'll be before we have the semifinals. It'll be very interesting to watch going forward. But until then, it was a nice evening. I got to spend with my folks. I got to watch the Go Big show. I had breakfast for dinner. I really can't complain. This is a great way to kick off this weekend. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me, especially platform notifications on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all you guys to watch and enjoy today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. How can I forget today is Friday? And remember, if you guys want to talk to channel, it's going to be here to let you know. So, everybody, take care and make good choices. See ya.